Well, hello, 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 hello. How in the world are you, Nez Nation? Welcome, welcome, come on in. Welcome to another episode of Nez Nation Live. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Come on in, come on in. Make sure you smash the smash button. Share this out. It's episode 1 of a new segment, y'all, that I'm adding to my programming, called Social Media and Tech News. And boy, do we have some insane breaking news, updates, especially in the world of live streaming. If you're new to this channel, I'm Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, business owner, career coach, LinkedIn consultant, and an actual business communications professor, professional speaker, you name it. I'm also a father, and I can leap buildings in a single bound. No, I'm kidding. I can't. Not at all. I'm actually not a handyman at all. I'm a very terrible handyman, much to my wife's chagrin. What we talk about, though, on this channel, and we have a podcast as well that I'm going to talk to you about in just a second. What we talk about here is we talk about how you can discover who you are, what you're all about, and how to share that story with the world in this unbelievable digital ecosystem that we have now. It's mind-blowing, the capacity, the capabilities. We help you craft a brand message that clearly, effectively communicates who you are so that you can impact your audience. So you want to share this show out, y'all, because this is going to be a show that's going to be one for the record books. You were here. You're going to be able to tell your great-great-great-grandkids. Well, I don't know actually how you could tell your great-great-great-grandkids, but you're going to be able to tell at least your grandkids. I was there on episode 1 when Nez launched his brand new segment in the spring of 2019. Is it spring yet? Actually, it's nowhere near spring. Are we still in winter? Whatever. You know, when you're in California, besides all this crappy rain we've had, it's an eternal spring. But anyway, episode 1 of something I'm really, really excited to talk to you guys about, which is and I'll tell you why I love talking about the latest breaking news and updates and innovations, because we've got such an amazing Nez Nation audience. This audience is in fuego, and that means fire. Or foya, or fire. Speaking of fire, did you guys hear that Ja Rule actually wants to put on another festival, much like the Fire Festival? Have you guys heard about this? This Netflix documentary kind of like went viral, and everybody's been talking about how bad the Fire Festival went. Well, it just got my mind to thinking. The Fire Fest, Ja Rule actually wants to do another Fire Fest. I mean, I don't know. He's like trying to capitalize on all this attention. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because, wow, talk about entrepreneurial DNA. I mean, talk about a hustler and a grinder. If you can, in the face of all that bad publicity and in the face of all that tragedies, try to turn these ashes into gold, I'm impressed. I mean, even though it was a complete fraud, I'm impressed. Let's go into the chat. And Flash in your pan is in the house. Neil, Crypto Cruising, how in the world are you? We got Midnight Madness 4x4. Y'all know what to do. You got to smash the smash button, snatch the snatch button, smash the snatch, or snatch the smash. That means that little button right there that does one of these. Go ahead and hit that. Make sure you share this out. Roz, Patty Broussard, how are you? Launchpad Astronomy, congratulations, Christian, on an unbelievable milestone. Wow, you are cooking. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer dude, a more gentlemanly dude. So proud for you and happy for you, brother. Welcome. One of our main mods here on Nez Nation Live. Christian, fantastic. RPM Nexus, how are you, sir? Good to see you. All right, fantastic. Roz Bounty in the house. Good to see you, Beth. Great to see you. All right, we've got some great Flash in your pan is in the house. Woo! Yes, I love it. Good to see you guys. Super Dave, I gotta tell you, man, Super Dave, you rock that hoodie a hell of a lot better than I do, brother. Wow, you look really, really good. Good for you, Super Dave. It's great to see you. Fantastic. We got the whole family here. Make sure you share that out. Probably more are coming. You said it, Patty. Christian is definitely cooking. I'm super, super excited for him. And by the way, I just watched, actually right before the stream, Christian, go check out Launchpad Astronomy's channel. This is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean. I went live on Twitch. I went live on Facebook. I went live on Periscope. You know me, I'm a live stream nut job. This is what I mean by this unbelievable Nez Nation family, Flash Fam family, Creator Chaos family, Niminati family, and every other family associated that I probably can't even, roll call them all. We've got this amazing family of entrepreneurs, business owners, live streamers, creators, intellectual behemoths, heart and soul people, the good people of the earth, the salt of the earth, educators, consultants, you name it, podcasters. We've got all these amazing people in our Nez Nation family, and that's why, you guys were the inspiration. As a matter of fact, I recall when I really wanted to do this, guys, was when we were talking about some of the latest, stuff that was happening in social media and tech. And there was just a conversation. I think I did it as a brief. I was on one of my other shows where we were probably talking about something related to branding, as we usually do on this channel. And there was a couple of breaking news items that I just brought up in the beginning. And we ended up speaking for about, a half an hour, 45 minutes just on the breaking news. And so that was kind of the impetus for this show. And plus, I think it's really fun. Good to see you, Ahmed. Plus, I think it's really, really fun to talk about these kind of things. And hopefully the kind of impetus and the sort of, premise of this show is to add a little bit more context, to add a little bit more insight and commentary on how you and I can utilize. And boy, oh boy, is there some things cooking in the world of live streaming. Have you heard the bird? Bird is the word. Okay, that just came out. It means nothing to do with this show, but it just came out. Thank you, Michael Daniels. Very sweet of you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Michael Daniels is an awesome creator too, part of the Nez Nation family, Niminati family, Flash Fam family, and the Creator Chaos. Boy, your Creator Chaos. I'm going to get on there, Neil, very, very soon. I'm going to get on there. Thank you so much, Michael. I really, really appreciate that super chat. Yes, good to see everyone supporting each other. That is what it's all about. Midnight, what the hell were you talking about earlier? I totally lost it. Spent 4 hours in 20 and 30 degree weather to fire up the new race truck. Laying on concrete in that weather was not fun. My butt was numb for a long time. I could say something, but I won't. Great to see you, Midnight Madness. Great to see you. Thank you. Gerald Wade in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see Gerald Wade in the house. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Ali Mansour? I could be wrong. You guys might notice when the T-shirts. Okay, so flash in your pan. Send me your address. Give me a direct message. Anybody who wants a T-shirt. Nobody here in this chat, the 12 of you it says here that are watching, nobody's paying for a T-shirt. Now, for some reason, I can't send it. I tried to send it to somebody in Canada. I don't know why. It's on Amazon, but I can't. Does that mean that I'm not going to have a merch store coming soon? Of course not. I'm going to have a merch store. You know me. But I want to give it to you guys for free. So, Neil, I'll give it to you at Vid Summit. Arthur Moorhead, good to see you. Flash, send me a DM with your address, and I will send one for you. I don't want anybody here to pay for it. Okay, Patty, Midnight, anybody. Okay? Good to see you, Arthur. Come on in. Come on in. So, let's jump into it, shall we? Shall we jump into it? The world of live streaming. Some serious atomic bombs have been dropping in the world of social media. We're going to be talking about a lot that's going on. I'm not going to tell you everything. I got to leave some things for the surprise. If you saw any of the promo videos, Roz, it's great to see you too. Thank you, Roz. If you saw any of the promo videos, thank you so much, Flash. If you saw any of the promo lives that I just did literally in the last hour and a half, I did talk about a little bit. I did give a little bit of insight of what we're going to be talking about. But most of you guys are so hip and happening and smart and intelligent, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about. Well, if you don't know, the world of live streaming has been absolutely lambasted lately. Good to see you, Ahmed. Absolutely lambasted as to some huge releases and huge updates. And if this isn't living proof that live streaming, to quote my man Flash, Dr. Ed Marvin, live streaming is taking over a lot of content marketing, content creation, a lot of these platforms. If this isn't living proof, you've got one of the most, at least notoriously recognized or maybe perceived stiff platforms on the planet, LinkedIn, okay, which has completely changed since, there's a lot that's happened in the last, most of you guys know I am the LinkedIn dude. I eat, sleep, and breathe. My business eats, sleeps, and breathes in the LinkedIn world. And, I get most of my clients from LinkedIn. I've got probably the strongest presence. I put air quotes there just because it's not always about followers and numbers. Those are all vanity metrics, but I earned all my followers and I earned my audience there on LinkedIn. Ever since Microsoft purchased LinkedIn Live, and who's ready to get overlaid? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if it's been a while since you've been overlaid. Well, guess what? Dr. Nez has got you covered. You're going to get your fill. You're going to get your relief right now. Let me know who's ready to get overlaid. I'm ready to drop an overlay on your ass. Who's ready? Talk to me. Hey, good to see you, Christina. Fantastic. Congratulations on passing 2,000 subs. Your real estate whisperer. Good to see you. Fantastic stuff. Congratulations to you. Love to see this audience just getting better and better, improving and growing and growing. Just love it. Absolutely love it. So congratulations to you. Who's ready to get overlaid? I want to see it in the chat. Say, I'm ready to get overlaid. Yes, there is such a thing. There is such a thing as getting overlaid. It's about to happen right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. There it is, LinkedIn Live. How many people have not heard the news that LinkedIn Live video streaming is finally here? And boy, oh boy, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, because I've got 1,000,006 things to say about this. But, this is the actual thumbnail of the video that I published on LinkedIn 3 or 4 days ago, where I talk about it. And I think this is some pretty huge news. If you're not a LinkedIn fan, if you're not somebody who has a presence on LinkedIn, if you're like, no, Nez, I live on these other places, on these other channels, I'm a big believer in the fact that I think you should be everywhere. I think the only thing stopping you is your own self-limiting beliefs, your own perceptions that I need to only be here, I shouldn't be everywhere. I think you should have an omni-channel presence. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have a focus. Of course you have a focus. I have a focus. My focus is definitely LinkedIn, YouTube, and podcasting for the most part. I do a lot of distribution on Instagram, which you should too. I do a lot of distribution on Facebook, which you should too. 2.2 billion active monthlies don't lie, even though I've said it before, and I know a lot of people have said this before, that Facebook is experiencing a little bit of a downturn, to say the least. Yeah, absolutely. Andrew Hatchett, good to see you. I've been underlaid for years. Yes, you've just been overlaid. You have just been overlaid. Great to see you. Great to see you, Andrew Hatchett. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully that felt as good for you as it did for me. Okay, this is turning really, really bad. Too much overlaying makes me saw. Oh, Neil, I think you can handle it. Take some Pepto, will you? Patty, it's so true. It's all going south. Yeah, it is great news, Arthur. It's fantastic news. If you think about what's going on in the world of live streaming, just in general, how live streaming is picking up everywhere. On every single platform. Now, is LinkedIn late to the game? Perhaps. Or maybe their timing is perfect. First of all, I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts in the chat? Let me know what your thoughts are on LinkedIn Live video now coming out. And I'm going to caveat that because it's not out yet. As most of these platforms, it's a very, very slow rollout. But this is a huge breakthrough, and more live streaming news after this. I'm going to talk about another breakthrough, which maybe got kind of washed over by all the other news and breaking things that have been happening. I'll talk to you about that as well. Ahmed says, my focus is Instagram, but I do Facebook too, Twitter and LinkedIn, not so much. Why is that, Ahmed? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. Let's see. Midnight says, I think Facebook could figure out their problem, though. Yeah, I mean, I used to have my talk show on our Facebook business page, not just Professor Nez, but we have a NEZNATION Live business page as well, which was just for the live stream podcast. I moved it over to YouTube. Most of you guys have already noticed that for a reason. Everything is for a reason. I'm not just doing it randomly. When I say you should be everywhere, there should be purpose, intention, and strategy behind that, but not analysis paralysis. And if you want me to kind of go in more detail about what I mean by that, to just kind of long story short, or put it very simply, nobody in this chat, nobody watching and listening to the replay should ever overthink this stuff. The more you overthink this stuff, the more bad boogie. You should not do that, okay? Not to say that you shouldn't have thoughtfulness about what you're doing, but it's that overthinking. I listen, I pay attention to you guys. I hear it. I get emails almost every other day about why I'm not creating, why I'm not building, why I'm not communicating my story to the world. And the kind of common denominator is this analysis paralysis that seems to take place. Crypto, can we keep it clean for the love of God? Yes, Dave, I reckon you should. Andrew says the more live streaming, the better. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Ross says, for me, it just shows how much competition there is around getting someone's attention. Okay, this is interesting. I want to kind of address that. I like the way you said that. Neil says, to be honest, I think it will go down as well as IGTV. I think platforms should stick at what they do best, which isn't doing everything. Very insightful thought, Neil. That's very interesting. There is a potential for that. I completely believe there is a potential for that. Beth says, I think there are many unique angles depending on your profession for taking advantage of live on LinkedIn. Well, if you think about this, ever since the reason that they're going live right now, ever since LinkedIn video first came out in September of 2017, Nez, did you do a video about that too? As a matter of fact, I did. I'll put that up in the card on the replay. They've seen an enormous uptick in content creators, people creating videos going viral, videos communicating, brands and businesses' messages, companies, people advancing in their career using video. I use video all the time as a CRM tool, and I can't tell you how many times clients have said to me, Nez, the reason I chose you, your videos illustrated so much. There's a lot of people here in the chat who could vouch for the power of video. Live video, I think there's nothing as intimate. I think there's nothing as personal as a live video where you get to directly engage with the content creator, the business, the brand, the individual, whatever it is. There's nothing like live video. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. I'm super excited about this. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think the opportunity to three-dimensionalize who you are to actual business people and professionals who actually have demonnaie is going to be pretty amazing. I think building a brand on LinkedIn is going to go to soar to all sorts of new heights now, because people will be able to add a face to your business, a face to your title. You're not just a marketing director. You're not just a logistics manager. You're not just a CFO or a financial executive. Actually putting a face, I think this could be because I just have such a love for live video and live streaming. I think that this could humanize the platform more, because most of you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you have this perception of LinkedIn being this very, very stiff, wear a suit and tie. Whoops, I almost killed my mic there. Kind of place where you can't really have any sort of natural interaction or maybe casual conversation. I don't think live video is going to casualify. Yes, that's a word I just invented. I don't think it's going to casualify LinkedIn, but I do think that it's going to make it more intimate, and that's always better. Because what do I mean by intimacy? It's that human-to-human thing, and nothing like live streaming. There's no other type of content creation, in my humble opinion, I'd love to know your thoughts, that humanizes your business, your brand, your platform, who you are, than live video. I just think live streaming and live video in general is such a beautiful way to humanize everything, and because it's that direct access. But it'd be interesting, Neil, to see what's going on. And Roz, I want to talk to you about, okay, Real Estate Whisperer. Yes, Christina, good question. W. Smith, good to see you, man. W. Smith, fantastic. If people don't have your communication skills, don't you think professional video auditing, editing, outsourcing is essential? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Christina, I haven't forgot about you. And Roz, I want to come back to you as well. Absolutely, W. Smith. So good to see you. I said this 2-3 years ago, W. Smith, and I think you'll get a kick out of this. Arthur, I couldn't agree more. I said this 2-3 years ago. I think the job title live streamer, the job title, it will become a valid job title. There will be a chief resident live streamer. There will be an executive vice president of live streaming. I think that this format, if Netflix, Amazon, we're going to talk about Amazon in just a second too, speaking of live streaming, if all of these, this is 21st century communications. If you're a business brand, just like you would hire somebody out to do your marketing, just you would hire somebody to do your graphic design, you'd hire somebody to supply your warehouses and what have you, your inventory, you're going to hire somebody to be your chief live streamer. I think this is going to be a real thing. So everybody who's using Instagram stories, everybody in this chat who's doing live videos, doing live streaming, there's a lot of speakers here too. I'm a professional speaker as well. This is a great way to hone your chops, because this job title, live streamer or professional live streamer or what have you, is going to be an actual title that you can monetize. You can be a live streamer for a company, a brand, maybe a freelance live streamer, just like there's a freelance graphic designer. Think of the possibilities, y'all. If you have these chops, everybody knows this. If you go to Professor Nez's early videos, if you go to my first live streams on Periscope back in 2015, you're going to laugh your butt off how bad it was. Most people can agree with this. Most people have this same beginning, humble beginnings. You just get better and better and better over time. Now, some people don't have time for that. They want to fast track. I'm not going to go live. The CEO of Coca-Cola probably won't go live, but they might hire somebody, because this is, the more attention this gets, the more these platforms, it's good for us, y'all. The more LinkedIn Live, I mean, anything live, any of these platforms, the more they absolutely accept and embrace that live streaming is the most intimate human-to-human form of communications without actually being there in real life. Holy macadamian nut. Real Estate Whisperer, Christine, I want to come back to your comment. Who has LinkedIn Live yet? So here, I want to share the screen really fast. And so this is what's going on right now. So check this out, everybody. This is what's happening right now. So I don't know if you can see the screen. Let me get rid of the overlay. I don't know if you can see the screen, but this is what's happening right now. It's pretty bare bones here. So live video streaming is currently being piloted with only a few broadcasters. Kathy Hackle, who is one of these virtual reality brand evangelists who I actually have met and I've talked to on the phone, we've conversed for a while, has actually has access to this. And so they're doing a pilot sort of period right now, a trial period. This is very common for most social media platforms when they introduce something new, and they'll open, YouTube does this all the time, right? We'll open applications for members and pages to become broadcasters on LinkedIn once they go through this trial period. So it's going to come to everybody. It's just right now it's going through a trial period. And so I don't even know if I'm not even sure if they're going to have to, I'm not even sure if they're going to even have an application process after all this is said and done. They might just have it be a feature, you just go update your app or what have you. And so Kathy was actually going live on desktop. So right now it's available in a trial period for only just like a handful. When I say a handful, literally like 5 or 6 creators. God knows why I wasn't one of them. I got angry with LinkedIn on Twitter. Not angry, but I was a little bit hurt, I'll be honest, because I have such a great relationship with them and I thought they would give me the beta test, but they did not. And that's okay. That's cool. I'm totally fine with that. I love this platform. I think this platform rocks. And so that's what's happening right now. But the very fact that this is, I mean, guys, let's just say this. Just think about this. And I'd love your thoughts on this. Flash, I want to get to your comment in just a second. So just the fact that they have announced this, that they're introducing live video. This was a platform where it was basically just your virtual resume. It was just like throwing your resume online. There wasn't even a news feed as recent as just a couple years ago. There was no news feed on LinkedIn. Ever since Microsoft acquired LinkedIn for just a small little check for $26 billion back in 2016, boy, Satya Nadella and the gang have changed the game. They've done amazing things with this platform. So just the fact, let's say they cancel the pilot program. Let's say that they don't actually officially roll out live video and live streaming across the board. Doesn't matter. The fact that they were thinking about it, the fact that they announced it, the fact that they have been ruminating over this is good for you and it's good for me. Most of the people in this chat understand the power of live video and content creation in general. This is a beautiful thing for everybody. It's piercing through the eardrums of this global landscape of communications, marketing, business, commerce, the whole deal schlemiel. So it's very, very good for all of us. Flash says, one of my guests had such a great time on my live show. She asked me to be the host of her 25,000 sub appreciation live stream. Look at that. That's like literally a testimonial for live streaming right there. And Flash, you rock. You absolutely rock at live streaming. Flash has got a great show. Put hashtag FlashFam in the chat. As a matter of fact, I am too. Flash Fam. Absolutely. Beth says, back when I actually engaged on Facebook, I remember seeing businesses putting random employees in charge of their FB lives at an event and was not impressed with their abilities. Hiring out is smart. Very well said, Beth. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's not your juice, if that's not what you're good at, so be it. But as a matter of fact, I would say this. I think being a live streamer actually teaches you public speaking as well. And believe you me when I say this, one of my revenue streams, probably my highest, most lucrative revenue streams, is speaking events and speaking at different companies and organizations. I'm telling you right now, this is great practice. Forget about getting speaking engagements. Any type of management level position, any type of vice president, executive level requires you to speak in front of people, your staff, your employees, your company. This could be a great tool. It's a learning tool. It's a practice tool. If you're a good live streamer, odds are, if you're an effective, compelling live streamer, odds are you'll be an effective speaker as well. Not just for professional speaking, but let's say you're a small business owner. You got to be able to communicate. Personal branding is just a ridiculous phrase. It doesn't mean anything if there's no context. All personal branding means is 21st century communications. I said this in a promo video that I put out right before this stream. If you look around everywhere where you go, what do you see people doing when you're hanging out in line at Starbucks? What do you see people doing at the grocery store? What do you see people doing at school, work, outside? Even at the park, I see parents who are supposed to be watching their kids. What is everybody doing? Leave that in the chat right now. What do you see everybody doing if you pay attention to society? What is everybody doing around you? Tell me in the chat. That's right. Flash Fam in the house. You best believe it. Flash Fam. I love it. Absolutely. Love the Flash Fam. Arthur said, I've been a member since they started and I have not received it. Yeah, I have too. I have not received an invite. No. Yes, Microsoft definitely owns LinkedIn, Midnight Madness. You best believe that. W. Smith says, you're a much better broadcaster than many major YouTube stars I see. Do you have a background in radio? Who paid you? Who paid you, W. Smith? Who paid you? Thank you so much. That's really, really always be closing. Yes, I love that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Flash says, you will notice that hashtag you coined on my descriptions now, Nez, above the title. I love it, Flash. I love hashtag FlashFam. It's awesome. Hey, W, if you think about what I do for a living, and maybe a lot of you can relate to this, just to kind of address what you were talking about. If you think about what I do for a living, being a professor, an educator, coach, inspirer, at least I like to think of myself that way. I've been live streaming, I've been broadcasting, I've been communicating, because think about it. What job do you know? I teach at several universities, and I've taught multiple, like 5, 6 universities. I was what you would call a freeway flyer, an entrepreneurial adjunct, right? I used to teach at 6 or 7 different universities in my 20s and 30s. Now I only teach at 2, and I teach very minimal classes because I've got my business is booming. I went back into the private sector. If you think about it, what other position, what other profession do you know where literally every single day you go to work, you're giving a public presentation? I mean, think about that. It's unbelievable. It was like my communication broadcasting school. You know what I mean? I got good and effective. My whole love of live streaming, when I first went live on Periscope back in 2015, when I first went live, it was the most natural transition for me to go into live video. I just missed Blab. Some of you guys know about Blab, and I have a lot of friends who are on Blab. But, I think that it was just, when I first went live, it was the most natural transition for me. It was totally, totally natural for me because I sit here with my face in a bigger screen. Yes, that's right. I go live pretty much every single day. I've got either an audience of 50, sometimes an audience of 200 in a large auditorium hall. And at Chapman University, I've got a smaller audience, like 18 students. And then I also do workshops. I also do stuff that I love to do for the military. People who have PTSD. I do free workshops for them. And so I've been doing this my whole life. So I don't compare yourself to me, and I still have a long way to go. I think I could be a lot better. Live streamer, content creator, public speaker. I want to have this eternal mindset of eternal learning mindset. I want to be a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all. I try really, really hard to always be trying to get better and better and better. Do I sometimes think I'm the S? Well, hell yes, because I have audacity. I have the audacity to push that live button. I have the audacity, much like all these great creators in the chat. I have the audacity because I believe I have something powerful to share, and I believe I can share it effectively. And I want you to have that too. If that even sparks a little itty bitty micro fire in your chest, then I know my job is finished. I know I've done something that I should be doing. So, yeah, I've had a lot of practice even prior to live video becoming a thing on social media. What are people doing? Christina says, kids are annoying. I know I have 2, so I ignore them too and watch YouTube instead. Nice. Thanks, Mom. Yes, Roz says, I remember Blab. That was very natural space for a live. Yeah, it was great communication. Absolutely great. Patty says, also sitting here with my face on a bigger screen while also glancing at my phone. That's it. Here's the thing. We can complain about that. We can whine about that. We can stress about that or whatever, but it's not going to change anything. Technology goes in one direction only. It moves forward. I mean, people say, that social media is ruining kids, that there's too many screens. If you're as old as I am, you remember they said the same thing about television. They said the same thing about radio. They said the same thing about cars. They said the same thing about pretty much any invention that you can think of. I mean, my grandfather, when trains were first being built, this is going to ruin the country. They're building all these railroads. This is the worst thing that could happen to society. And now everybody's going to, instead of be checking out the wilderness and the landscape, they're just going to be driving in these little, they used to call them, what they call them, these machine, this terrible like dystopian name, whatever, these machines, these Terminator machines, basically. Beth says, if you pay attention, you will discover that no one is paying attention. Wow. Truer words were never spoken. Yes, absolutely. W. Smith says, what about merging what you were doing with voice art types, just like many of these pseudo news commentators on YouTube seem to do? Merging what you were doing with voice actor performance art types. Oh, like so creating like, yes, absolutely, Dave. Video is so powerful. You mean like creating audiobooks and creating I'm not really sure what you're talking about there. Tell me what you're talking about. Sorry to hear that, Neil. Struggling with work. How many people? How's it coming in? How's the broadcast? No lagging, hopefully. Midnight Madness, are you still there? If you haven't smashed, make sure you smash. So any last thoughts on LinkedIn Live? Anybody have any last thoughts about LinkedIn Live? I will say I think this is going to be really, really important and significant for the platform. I think that if you look at the track record of how video's done on LinkedIn, native video has done on LinkedIn, which was a huge breakthrough for them, you will see, I think live video is going to add just another dimension. You could almost say Microsoft has been trying to turn LinkedIn into Facebook, so to speak. They're trying to get their slice of the pie, that's for sure. They've got something like, I think, 600 million members strong, and it's just going to get deeper and deeper, I think. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see. And you best believe yours truly will be going live on LinkedIn, because I think there's no more powerful tool than live streaming to just be human. Just be human with your audience. RPM Nexus says, the power of knowledge bombs being dropped by the Nez. Thank you so much, Nexus. It takes one to know one, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Voice and video are looking great. Okay, thank you so much. Ahmed says, do you think it's good for those who are not even used to YouTube Live? Or is it a transition from YouTube? No, I don't necessarily think there's any competition going on there. Now, Roz said something really interesting. Thank you so much, Roz. I appreciate that. Roz said something very interesting earlier about it's just going to create more competition for attention. I don't think that's ever changed. I think that's always been there. I think that's always been present. You don't have to compete for attention. I really don't think you do. I think you have to focus on the people, the community. You know, Neil tweeted out something not that long ago. I know Christian and a lot of us, Beanie, I don't think Beanie's here, but a lot of us, Hybrid Steel, we saw that tweet, and I loved that tweet about how, people get big, or these YouTube creators get really, really big, and they kind of forget about their audience. They don't retweet. They don't comment, they don't engage with their community who's made them who they are, which I pray to God that never happens to me, because I know I'm going to grow, much like I hope all of you guys grow. I'm going to get to 10 million subs. I just know it in my heart of hearts, because I actually have something powerful to say and share. I just need to keep cooking and cooking and cooking, just like y'all do. That to me is all you need to focus on. You need to focus on your community. You need to focus on your audience. You need to be there for them. You need to respond to the comments. You need to engage with them. You need to support them just as much as they supported you. Now, obviously, you can't get to everybody. You can't support everybody equally. You can't you can't divide yourself into all those directions, but at least showing a little bit of effort, doing the best that you can, it just goes a long way. I don't think LinkedIn is trying to compete with, YouTube. I mean, if they did, they would have gone live probably a lot earlier, I think, just like Facebook is. Now, do I think Facebook is trying to compete with Google? Well, that might be a whole different story. Yes, Flash said, I saw that tweet. It was an awesome tweet. So if you see it, I think you're tagged in it. At least I thought you were tagged into it. The only way to keep growing is to keep going. Spoken from an actual creator who is growing just leaps and bounds. Very nicely done, Christian. I think you passed 8,600 subs, and you're just on fire. I'm so happy to see that. I absolutely love that. Midnight Madness says, I think there's something there with LinkedIn Live for me as an off-road racer and YouTuber, but I just can't put my finger on it. Just tell your story. That's it. You don't have to put your finger on anything. Just tell your story. You don't have to be an actor. You know what, W. Smith, if you're still here, I'd love your thoughts on this. If you're still here, W. Smith, you don't have to be a polished communicator. You don't have to be a professional actor, thespian, entertaining and all that. You just gotta be real. That's it. In Midnight Madness, your personality, your charm, your energy, your authenticity, your integrity, I think it comes through. I've seen it. You know, I've watched your Creator Chaos replays. I can't make it to all of them. I try to be there a couple of times live, and I'm going to get on there because I love you guys so much, and I love what you guys are doing. But Neil is back. Thank God. Okay, now we can be quiet. Don't talk about Neil. Stop talking about Neil. He's back. He's back. Shh. You just got to be real. So, yeah, tell me, Midnight. I'd like to help you. I mean, what do you want to share the most about? What is it with you and racing? Is it something that you do for business? Is it something that you do for your brand? Is it something that you have monetized in some way? Talk to me about what you and racing equals. So Midnight Madness plus racing equals what? Talk to me about that. I'd love to help. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Hashtag actual creators. Love it. Yes, absolutely. Christian is on Faway Go. Yes. So, I mean, I'm really interested. Now, let's jump into this, shall we? Let's jump into this. How many people have actually heard another bomb that was dropped in the live streaming world recently? LinkedIn Live pretty much takes the cake. But if you haven't heard, okay, I don't have an overlay for this. So you only get overlaid. You know, if you get overlaid once on a live stream, you should be content. I didn't do a proper job of overlaying you if you're not satisfied. And if I didn't, that's on me. Okay, so if you're yearning for more overlays, not this time. I mean, there may be later in the stream, but you know, a guy's got to take a break. I got to refuel. Boy, the innuendos are disgusting. They're paltry. They're low. They're base, and I love it. Okay, there's another atomic bomb that was dropped in the world of live streaming. Anybody in this chat have any physical products that they sell? It could be merch. It could be NEZNATION merch. By the way, everybody send me a DM. If you want a NEZNATION shirt or a hoodie, send me a DM. I will send it to you, okay? I'll even pay for the shipping. I'll pay for everything. You send me a DM, and I will absolutely send one to you. If you're not living in Canada or overseas, I don't know why. I have to figure that out. Neil, I'll give you one at VidSummit. Here's a good one. I'm going to bring a bunch of merch, shirts, and stuff. Hey, Cricket, good to see you. I'm going to bring a bunch of merch and shirts to VidSummit, so maybe that'd be an incentive. Come to VidSummit. Not only are you going to hang out with cool creators, awesome people, like you know, people like Neil, like Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin, all these great creators that are going to be there. You also can get some free clothes, some free swag from NEZNATION. So if you're living in the UK or living in Canada, come to a VidSummit and I'll give it to you. Okay. So how many people sell merch? How many people sell physical products? How many people maybe have a Shopify store? Christian says, I sell merch, but need to come up with more. Okay, fantastic. No, I don't want you to. Thank you. I don't know. Stop that. You'll pay and I'll buy one. No. No, you're going to get one for free. Everybody that's in the chat right now will get one for free. Okay, the live chat. Replay viewers, don't push it. Daddy's got some kids to feed. Doug Hewson in the house. Good to see you, Doug Hewson. DH. Mr. DH. The DH is here. Good to see you, DHYT. Fantastic. He's a great member of the Niminati, Flash Fam, Creator Chaos, and the NEZNATION family. I told you we got awesome creators. Okay, Midnight, let me talk to you for a second. Racing is just something I was born to do. Make sure you smash the smash coming in, okay, DH? Midnight Madness says, racing is just something I was born to do. Midnight Madness was the name of my dad's Chevelle. Nice. He died of cancer, so I named my racing operation Midnight Madness. Dude, that's effing killer, man. That's beautiful, man. I'm going to cry right now. Dude, share that on LinkedIn Live. Share that on LinkedIn Live. I think that's fantastic. Here's the thing. Here's the cool thing. Let's say Midnight Madness had a business that had nothing to do with racing, had absolutely zero to do with racing. That's how you sell if you want to really sell. You sell with your own. That's what personal branding is all about. You sell with your humanness. You sell with branding. You don't sell like, you don't sell like Walmart, okay? You don't sell like Target. You sell like, like you sell like Nike does it. You sell like Lacoste does it by branding. I mean, they don't even have the greatest quality stuff. It's the branding. It's the branding. It's the storytelling behind the branding. I'm telling you right now, that's beautiful, Midnight Madness. That's absolutely. Thank you, Andrew Hatchett. I appreciate that. I think that's absolutely beautiful. So, hey, Todd.live is in the house. Good to see you, Todd, who is doing some great stuff on YouTube. Everybody welcome Todd. Todd is kicking ass with his YouTube channel. Fantastic. Great to have you here, Todd.live. So, Midnight Madness, you don't even have to, as a matter of fact, check this out, Midnight Madness. As so many people better than me, smarter than me have said before me, the leverage is in the attention, okay? So you build an audience that can relate to your story, relate to your personality, relate to who you are, which Roz, if you're still here, there's an audience for everybody. There's an audience for everybody. You don't have to compete with nobody. There is 7.55 billion. I asked Alexa this, so it's accurate. There's because Alexa can't be wrong. There's 7.55 billion people on the planet. You don't think there's enough people for you and your audience? You better believe there is. You better believe there is. So just tell your story. I mean, your story's awesome. Midnight Madness, your dad died of cancer. The pathos, the emotion, it's all there. It's insane. It's awesome, dude. That's all you need to do. You just need to tell your story. Okay. Hopefully that helps a little bit, Midnight Madness. And guess what? Thank you so much, Andrew Hatchett. I hope to see you again. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so that every time we go live, hopefully if YouTube is working correctly, you'll get that little flash. Speaking of flash, you'll get that flash across your pad, your tablet, your phone, your Chrome, up in the dome. Okay, sorry, I'll stop rapping. That we are live, and you'll get that notification. You will be a VIP member of the Nez Nation family. Great to have you, Andrew. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome, Midnight. I think you're such a sweetheart, dude. I mean it. I mean that in the best way possible. Your sincerity really comes through in Creator Chaos. I love having you in the chat. I love having you in the Nez Nation family. And if you're in the U.S., send me your address. I'm going to send you a shirt. Send me your address, please. And these are high quality shirts, y'all. I didn't mess around. I really, I actually took heed from TubeBuddy, which, is an affiliate of mine, TubeBuddy. If you go to tubebuddy.com/NEZNation, it's the ultimate tool for helping you to optimize your video channel, your YouTube channel. So these are high quality clothes, high quality merch. I want it to be very, very high quality. I was willing to spend an extra buck or two just to get that quality up there. I think so you could feel out cozy and warm in a Nez Nation hoodie or shirt. Okay, brother? So send me your address. Christian, I got you. Christian, I gotcha. The Nez Wrap. That sounds like a really bad burrito. I'll have the Nez Wrap with a side of nachos. Could you hold the cheesiness and the really bad impressions? Thank you. That'd be great. The Nez Wrap. Coming to a Taco Bell near you. No, except for when I'm drunk. DJ Nez, no, thank God, please. No. Mr. and Mrs. was just diagnosed with breast cancer, and it's been rough. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that, Arthur. I'm sending my best to you and your family. I hope everything works out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wishing you nothing but the best. Thank you, Super Dave. Super Dave, you wear that hoodie better than I do, man. I'm jealous of you. I really do. Yes, absolutely. Okay, now, so the next bomb that was dropped, and the reason I was asking about merch or physical products or what have you, or even perhaps, dare I say, if you've got an ebook or something on Amazon Kindle, I'm not sure if this has been incorporated yet, but Amazon has just dropped Amazon live streaming video. Holy macadamia nut. Amazon has just dropped Amazon live streaming as well. It wasn't enough that LinkedIn announced live, but now Amazon has gone to their QVC style of live streaming. And I've done a lot of research on this. It needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work, but it's here. Just like everything else. It starts off a little funkadelic, and it just needs a little bit of time, a little more energy, a little bit more updates, a little more buggy and fixing the kinks, and it turns out all right. So Amazon Live has just launched, y'all. Amazon Live. What the hell is that, says Ahmed. I'm going to show you right now. Yes, Patty Broussard. So check this out. Everybody check out the screen. I'm going to screen share right now so you can check this out. Amazon live streaming. Yes, live stream on Amazon. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me make this a little bigger. Hold on a second. I'm going to make this a little bigger just so you can see. Look at that on the phone right there. Can you guys see that? Holy macadamian nut. So live stream on Amazon. Engage with shoppers in real time and drive sales with interactive Yes, that's right. That's right, Christian. Now you have to sell crap on Amazon live stream. That's exactly right. I mean, this is, guys, again, this is just a sign. This is just a sign, you guys. This just got announced, by the way. Literally, this just released around the same time that LinkedIn announced live video. Yeah, it's just insanity. Yeah, that's a really good point, RPM Nexus. Yeah, I want to come back to that question. Yes, and that's exactly what it is, Midnight Madness. It is the internet version of QVC. Now you can have your very own QVC channel. And I'm telling you right now, no, it's not just through the phone. I believe that's a good question, Dave. And RPM Nexus, I want to come back to that. I believe if I scroll down here, it'll say why live stream. Live streaming on Amazon. And this is over at amazon.com/live. Live streaming on Amazon brings interactive live video to the Amazon shopping experience. Drive sales. Okay, interact with viewers. Be discovered. So this Watch Your Mouth company, which I watched one of their live streams, it was really kind of actually weak. There's a testimonial here. Live streaming has helped increase daily visits to our product detail page by 5x and significantly grew our sales. So here's the how-to. Download the Amazon Live Creator app on your iOS device. Now, I don't know if that means it's not available on Android. I'm sure that's got to change. But this is really interesting. Yes, you have to have a seller's account. And it looks like you're right, Dave. It looks like it might just be through the phone. Log in with email address to your seller account, follow the in-app prop. Yep, schedule a live stream for future or go live instantly. So I'm an iOS user, so I can definitely go live. I have not seen what this... I went to their Amazon Live page and I tried to find a couple of live videos that were happening, but I guess I'm sure somebody's going live somewhere in the world on Amazon. But it says here that where do our live streams appear? And I tried to find a few. Your live streams appear on Amazon.com on desktop, mobile, and Amazon's mobile app in prominent places such as product detail pages, your store, and on Amazon.com/live. I mean, I think that just sounds so cool. Amazon.com/live. You can also pay to promote your live stream to reach even more customers. Aha! So there's a monetization value add for them. I'm sure if you don't, just like Facebook, if you don't boost your post or you don't go into Ads Manager, if you don't have Ads Manager, Facebook Ads Manager, you're probably not going to get a lot of reach. Now, what I know about the Facebook algorithm is this. I do know that live video gets precedence over any other type of content on Facebook. You get a lot more, if you could even call it organic reach. I don't really call it organic reach, but you get a lot more organic reach, if there is such a thing as that, like that anymore on Facebook with live video. So, so it sounds like they're using this as another monetization stream for them. But yeah, I mean, think about that, think about how this could be utilized if you're a seller on Amazon, or if you have products, or maybe you want to just start another stream of revenue, a new revenue stream for yourself, right? Something related to your product. Let's say for you, Christina, you just asked a question. What did Christina say? Christina said, why would you go live on Amazon? Is this for products? Yes. But what if you had an ebook, Christina? Or maybe you had a course, or maybe you had an actual hard copy checklist, things to do before an open house, or here's a checklist when you want to list a home. These 10, things you need to do before you list a home. Or dare I say, you go live on Amazon and talk about your product, which are actual residential homes, right? I don't know if you do commercial real estate. I'm not sure. But if you do, I mean, think about the possibilities of that. I mean, it's just insane. Beth says, Reezy Resells, who I know I met at VidSummit, is a YouTuber Amazon seller that shows you how to sell on Amazon. He has a YT live show. I assume he's going to jump all over this. I'm sure he is. Yes, tech news from NEZNATION. You better believe it, Ahmed. And yes, Flash, Amazon does own Twitch. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Amazon does own Twitch. And Microsoft owns LinkedIn. Yes. So Roz says, Amazon have only just arrived in Aussie land last year. Is that true? I didn't know. See, now I didn't know that. Is that true? That's really, really interesting. I had no idea. I mean, if I consult a lot of brands and businesses on their e-commerce store. Think about going live. Now, these are people who have their own Shopify store. They're just their whole entirely, or something akin to Shopify, where they sell physical products. Imagine doing a live stream, doing a demo for your product, answering questions on the spot as an Amazon seller, selling, closing. Where's W. Smith, who said, always be closing. I mean, think about the possibility and the potential. People are going to watch an Amazon live stream for the sole purpose of understanding more about your product or your business. So check this out. Another thing that it says here, let me screen share again. Another, where you can find this. So live streams appear on, so in prominent places such as product detail pages, okay? So product detail pages, your store, and on Amazon.com/live. You can see in the picture there too that the products, like a carousel, there's products below the live stream. You see the comments there on the left. The products carousel that you have as an Amazon seller, they carousel naturally within the live stream app for you as an Amazon seller. I mean, holy macadamia nut. What else do you need here, folks, for crying out loud? If you're sick and tired of your daily grind, if you're sick and tired of your day job, if you're sick and tired and you want to take advantage of this amazing invention called the internet, look at all these possibilities. Look at all these opportunities. Look at all this. Never mind the fact. Now, I have a business. I'm not trying to monetize my content online. Do I have courses? Of course. Do I have an agency? Of course. Do I still teach at the university? I have income. I don't expect anybody to buy anything from me in this online space. Does that mean that I don't make money? Of course I do. But this is the beautiful thing is if you're striving for that, if that's what you want, if that's going to be your ticket, if you have something worth sharing to the world, look at all these possibilities. Everyone bar live TV is live nowadays. You better believe it, Neil. That's absolutely, absolutely huge. Midnight Madness says that explains the Amazon Twitch subscriptions then. Yes. Anyone else have the Amazon vans buzzing around the neighborhood? Yes, Patty. I love that they are now delivering the packages around here. They are just getting huge. No, it's not off topic at all. That's brilliant, Patty. That's exactly what's going on. Yes. Roz says, saying it's for U.S., wonder if that includes Australia. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Beth. I mean, affiliate marketing live streams. I know a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs who make tons of money with affiliate marketing. Think of demonstrating on Amazon Live itself. Think about demonstrating. So I've got a product that I'm going to mention at the end of this live stream. As a matter of fact, it's going to be coming up very, very soon. We're going to talk about a new camera for vlogging that everybody's talking about, which I'm sure most of you do. Imagine if I do a live stream on Amazon as an Amazon seller, displaying the product, talking about the product, and then saying in my link on a carousel right below the actual live stream, so people who are interested. And if you're good at live streaming, which I still think is going to be one of the most attractive job skills, one of the most in-demand job skills in the next 10, 15, 20 years, and maybe even longer, imagine the potential. Imagine the possibilities for Demonet. Not that it's all about Demonet, but as my wife says, boy, it's nice to have some in the bank. Hello. Very well said, Beth. I couldn't agree more. I could not. And yes, I do see their vans everywhere. I get loads of free stuff from Amazon. How do you do that? How do you do that, Neil? Yeah, exactly. My dad's Chevelle isn't around. Okay. Yes. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, what do you guys think about Amazon live stream? I mean, this is insane. Look at this. What a week it's been for live streaming video. What's next? For the love of God. Tell me in the chat how many people here are interested and may even just do something related to Amazon live streaming. I mean, to me, that just absolutely, it just confirms everything that we've been talking about when it comes to the fact that live streaming is here to stay. Live streaming is a huge tool. I don't know if Todd's still here, but Todd's a live video guru like myself. Not guru, but we just love it. We love the impact it can have on our businesses and our brands. And I want that for you too. Hit the live button. Go live. See what happens. Midnight Madness. Tell your story to LinkedIn. You may just be surprised. I mean, Christina, I don't know if you're still here, Christina, but going live, I know a lot of real estate agents and brokers who have amazing brands on LinkedIn. And we recently connected on LinkedIn. Dave, I can't even imagine what live streaming on LinkedIn and live streaming on maybe even on Amazon can pose for somebody who that's your product. Your product is selling real estate. I mean, it's amazing. Flash says, I have a lot of irons in the fire. Yes, MySpace video, MySpace Live. You didn't hear the news? MySpace Live just came out. Yes. I don't know. I think MySpace is still, Tumblr Live is coming out. I think Vine Live is coming out. Live video, live video on Reddit. Reddit Live is coming out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Todd's still in the house. Christina's still in the house. Yes. MySpace, are they still around? I think they still do music. I think MySpace does. My very first blog was on MySpace. I didn't have a website back then. This was about 15, 20 years ago when, maybe 15 years ago or 16 years ago, I had my first blog on MySpace. And that was actually pretty good. At least I thought it was. You know what? You never know. Somebody bought MySpace, poor fellows. I can't remember who did. Yes, Christina. Google Plus Live. They're about to die. They're about to be excommunicated. But yes, Google Plus will be introducing Live. I guess that would be Google Hangouts. I'm not sure. Which actually, I think a lot of people still use Google Hangouts, which is cool. Flash says, when I had my Action sporting goods store, MySpace was a good tool for promoting my online sales. Oh my God. I know people, guys, I mean, let me just break this down for you just really quickly. I've got clients, I know guys and gals who are making like majority of their sales through live video, through live streaming. Todd knows Coach Jenny. Coach Jenny is one of our colleagues. She's a great live streamer. She's a life coach. She wrote a book about Hilda, which is that kind of similar to what I talk about, that dude inside your head who constantly gets in your own way. I think when I interviewed her on our podcast over a year ago, I think she said that probably 90% of her clients come from live video. Live video, live streaming. This is all just another, this is just another cementing of that truth, that live video. I mean, Flash, it was you, and I think there's a lot of truth to what you say, Flash, who said that live streaming will take over YouTube. Maybe, just maybe. I mean, I don't know if recorded video or pre-recorded video or vlog style videos will ever go, but maybe live vlogs. I mean, live vlogs could definitely be something that would be on the next frontier. Maybe I should do a live vlog. That's not a bad idea. Do I have any music videos? You'll be surprised if you... I don't think we have like videos, but we have music. I used to, produce music and actually be a musician when I was much younger, in my early 20s. Ello will offer live streaming. Yes, Ello will offer. That's for sure. Yeah, you got to start doing this live stuff, Patty, especially you with your beautiful, unique instrument. I mean, the Array instrument is just so unique. It's so unique and so differentiatable that absolutely I think you should be going live. And again, should is the wrong verb. You should be live. I mean, just try it, see how it goes. I think you should at least attempt it, and you never know. This is the only dude that's stopping you. This is the only dude. The dude inside your head whose favorite word is can't. You're going to fumble, you're going to mumble, you're going to stumble. If I'm proof at all that anybody can do live streaming, I don't know what else you need. I mean, look at me, for crying out loud. I stumble, mumble, and fumble. I watch some of my live streams over replay. I don't do this a lot, but once in a blue moon, I'll just cringe. What a buffoon. But maybe it's my buffoonery that has attracted you here. I don't know. But I always say this. I will, and I'll never change this. I'll never deviate from this truth. You don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be a professional communicator. You don't have to be a professional anything. You just got to be real and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Yes, absolutely. So LinkedIn Live, Amazon Live. What is next, for the love of God? Okay, who's ready for the next topic on the first episode of Social Media and Tech News? I really, really want to do more of these. I really don't know if it's going to be every single Sunday, but I mean, it might be kind of cool. You guys know me. I go live with my show, NEZNATION Live, which, by the way, if you're listening on the podcast or watching the replay, go check out NEZNATION. We just dropped a brand new podcast episode, How to Create Content to Build Your Online Presence. We're pretty much live everywhere, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Podcasts, on Stitcher, Radio Public, Breaker, you name it. We're pretty much everywhere. Amazon. Just hit NEZNATION Live or type in Professor Nez in the search bar, or you can go to professornez.com/podcast. Midnight Madness says, even if live streaming does take over, regular videos will be just as important. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I completely agree. I'd like to be live, just improvising on the Array, kind of like live background music for people. That's fine. That's killer. That's awesome. Crypto Live, is that coming? Neil, what do you got? Talk to us, man. Get some exposure, man. Use this platform. What do you got? What do you got cooking, Neil? Anybody in this chat, if you got something cooking, let me know. I want to be a part of it. I would be happy to promote it. I'd be happy to talk about it. I think that's awesome. Who wants to talk a little bit about IGTV? Do you guys remember that famed platform, that famed video platform, long-form vertical video platform, IGTV? Well, there's some breaking news that just happened in the world of IGTV. But before I say anything about it, anybody here in the chat or in the replay who is watching this, leave in the comments below. What do you think about Amazon Live? What do you think about LinkedIn Live? Before we jump into IGTV, I want to know in the comments below. Let me know, especially if you're watching this on the replay. Let me know what your thoughts are and how you're going to utilize it. I respond to all my comments. I respond to everybody. So I'd love to hear from you and see how you're possibly going to be utilizing these new features for your business, your brand, or your desire to build a thriving community like this NEZNATION Live community. Let me know. Let me know who here has given IGTV a shot like I did when it first started out, and I still do. Yes, Launchpad. Launchpad said, "Is that still a thing?" Yeah, it is. It actually is. Yes. So Launchpad says, kind of met on both live platforms, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. I think that's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. Launchpad, I would say for you, Christian, you know, with what you're doing and how you're educating people and how you're really kind of almost entertaining people too. I think it's a really intriguing stuff. You're not just educating, but you're entertaining them on the world beyond. I could see, I could see somebody on LinkedIn who's got the power or the influence or the connections to possibly get you to monetize your format, because your format is so monetizable if that's something that interests you. I know you're a professor, instructor just like me, and any chance that we can get out of the education hell, the bureaucratic hell that is education, is a great day. I could see you going live on LinkedIn, Christian, and doing amazing things, talking about astronomy, talking about space, talking about the latest developments, maybe even doing a LinkedIn live show. But I think you should go on YouTube live with your subscriber base for sure first, or maybe do a multicast. But talking about, educating people and just keeping them keyed in and clued in on what's going on, there's an audience for that. I truly feel there is. And the way that you deliver it, the way that you engage it, I think there's opportunities that you'll be shocked. Because the people on LinkedIn, not to say I'm not dissing any other platform, but the people who are on LinkedIn are of that caliber of audience who have the weight and the influence that can get things cooking, maybe perhaps a little bit faster than other platforms, being that it is primarily a business platform. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Crypto says, going to get my game face on. Oh, really cool. Stream daily. Wow, that's very, very cool. Interesting. Christina, your real estate whisperer, says, I'm interested to see the LinkedIn live. I was thinking more like a live blog of my area. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah. Just informing people, getting them clued in. It's about awareness, brand awareness. Who in the world are you? I need to know who you are. Then I need to like you. And if I trust you, I will transact business with you. But I can't know you, I can't like you if you don't put anything out there. Midnight says, I liked IGTV, but they screwed up big. Elaborate on that, Midnight Madness. Roz says, I haven't done the IGTV at all. I've given Periscope a couple of goes. Depends if I have glasses on when my phone is in my hand. Yes, that's Instagram television. I apologize, Flash. That is absolutely right. You might actually have to do that, Neil, huh? Yeah, because of the nature of that. You're absolutely right. Christian says, I'm trying to earn a living doing this stuff. So yes, if you know of a way to monetize, I'm interested. Then keep listening, Christian. Keep paying attention. I will lead you, my son, to the promised land. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk, Christian. Absolutely, positively. RPM Nexus says, live streaming is loads of fun, especially when you have crypto cruising and Midnight Madness causing chaos. I could not agree more. Absolutely. Now, my take on IGTV, and I'd love your thoughts on this. So I was at VidCon. Okay, I was at VidCon when IGTV launched. I thought this was an amazing thing because it's vertical video. It's primarily the way that people consume content in the day-to-day, not content creators like us. We have these crazy overlays and live streaming capabilities, and we really go all in on audio and video. I'm talking about normal day-to-day people consuming information, consume it in a verbal format on a mobile phone. If you look at your YouTube analytics, most of the time, almost all of the time, the confirmation that I'm correct will be there. Most people are consuming content through vertical video. Now, I agree with what Midnight Madness said, where IGTV kind of lost it because, and yes, that's exactly right. I'm going to bring that up. I think that the idea was it's difficult to find. There wasn't that searchability or discoverability that, that YouTube and Google have, which is unprecedented. YouTube is the second largest. Google is the first largest search engine, and YouTube is the second. Google owns YouTube, yada, yada, yada. Kind of goes without saying. But also not just on search and discoverability. There wasn't anything else, anything that gave it that uniqueness other than the fact that it was long form video. You could post longer. I think it's 10 minutes. Some people had an hour. And it just didn't have that same panache. It didn't have that same flair as stories or the feed. And it ended up being competition for stories and the feed, in my humble opinion. I'd love your thoughts on this. But yeah, IGTV, it's still an interesting concept because I definitely have a lot of content that goes longer than 1 minute. You're only allotted 1 minute on the feed. I think it's the same for Instagram stories. We got Todd.live in the chat if he's still here, he could definitely confirm this. He is our Instagram go-to dude, in which Todd is going to be going to Social Media Marketing World. I will see him there. He's a longtime friend. He lives 20 minutes from me. Todd, if you're still here, if you can confirm that, I believe it's only a minute in the feed, and I believe it's only a minute in Instagram stories. So the fact that you could do longer form content, which I have a plethora of, was a beautiful thing for me. Now, I still take advantage of Instagram TV, but here's some latest updates and latest news, because I agree with most people in the chat. IGTV lost its steam rather quickly. Was it an attempt to compete with YouTube? I don't think so. I think YouTube is primarily landscape. YouTube is primarily how-to. YouTube is primarily searchable content, that either entertains, inspires, or educates. I think IGTV was just trying to add another dimension to content creators on the platform. There's no doubt that Instagram is a huge, huge platform. It's probably Facebook's saving grace. So if it wasn't for Instagram, Facebook would be in a lot of trouble. If Facebook did not acquire Instagram for just a mere $1 billion in 2013, I think they'd be in a lot of trouble. So Instagram is one of the most popular apps, if not the most popular app right now between the ages of 18 and 35. But more and more older people are starting to see the value, and businesses and brands are seeing the value of Instagram. And so the vertical video format of IGTV adding longer form, which most people don't know about this. Instagram is finally, I think it took way too long, but Instagram is finally adding a little bit more to this feature. And I'd like to share that with you and get your thoughts. Okay, Todd says feed is 1 minute. IG Stories is 15-second clips. Yeah, no, I know it's 15-second clips, Todd, but how many in a row? I think it's only a minute worth. Is that correct? Confirm for me if you can, Todd. I think it's a minute of 15-second clips. Yes, thank you so much, Patty. It's great to see you. As always, it's fantastic to see you. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. I don't think a lot of people liked the vertical video. You gave up on it. Yeah, I think that's the consensus, Real Estate Whisperer. See, a lot of people are kind of chiming in about that. Yeah. So I think that's the consensus. I think a lot of people, but I think that it's still a viable product. It's still a viable feature on Instagram. And I tried vlogging, Christian. I hear what you're saying. I tried vlogging on Instagram TV, and it just didn't really have the same flair to it or the same kind of vibe to it. But let me talk about these breakthroughs or these new features that they're adding, and then maybe this might change your mind, or maybe it might not. So thank you for the comments, and let's check this out. So if you haven't heard, Instagram TV, okay, has now been trying to boost views with previews in users' feeds. So what Instagram is trying to do is, I don't know how many people have noticed this. Let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you've noticed this on your Instagram feed. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments about anything we've been talking about today, but specifically right now at this point in the stream, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on IGTV adding previews to the Instagram feed. And I noticed this sort of haphazardly, like accidentally, and then I realized, okay, this is a thing. So now when users scroll through their Instagram feed, they'll see when there's a new video from someone they follow, and will be able to preview the content before watching the full video in IGTV. Sort of taking from the idea of previews and trailers in the, film world, in the Hollywood world. So yeah, so maybe even taking heed from YouTube's premieres, or which is another way to kind of build hype around a specific video. Correct? So this whole move, was intended to ratchet up engagement. And IGTV previews and feed were making it even easier. So an Instagram rep once said, I'm reading from an article in Variety, no really reason to screen share here, just a little quick quote. With IGTV previews and feed, we're making it even easier to discover and watch the latest video content from your favorite follows. So this is interesting. They're trying, at least it's something. I mean, I don't know why it took so long, but at least it's something. And I don't know if you know this, but you can actually post a clickable link in IGTV. So you can't do that in the feed. You can't do that unless you have the swipe up feature for Instagram stories. But in IGTV, it doesn't matter if you have 1 follower or 2 million followers, you can actually put a clickable link in IGTV, and you can use hashtags in IGTV as well. So this is interesting. And I don't know if you know this too. This is another feature. And then I know the chat's blowing up. I want to get to the chat. But here's another feature to IGTV that's been added is now you can add a preview to your Instagram stories. I wonder if Todd knows about this. I'm sure he does. But now you can even add a feature on IGTV is you can add it to your stories as a small preview, and where people who watch your Instagram stories regularly can actually click on that and watch the full video. I just posted a promo video on IGTV before this live stream. You can go check it out. I put it in my Instagram. As a matter of fact, hold on a second. I've got my phone right here. Let me know if you guys can see this. Okay, check this out. Can you guys see my, that's my wife and my kids. So if you guys can see this, so check this out. No internet connection. Oops, I got to connect my phone. 1 second. So check this out. I'm in my Instagram app, okay? Check this out. If I go into stories, right? So check this out. Here it is right here. You're going to see it right now. So there it is right there. Let me know if you guys can see this. And by the way, I do have an overlay. Who's ready for an overlay right here? If you want to follow me on Instagram, there's my Instagram. Oh wait, where is it? It's over here. So that's my Instagram right there. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Professor_Nez. All you have to really do is type in Professor Nez, and I think I'm the first one that even shows up for Professor. But you can follow me on Instagram at Professor_Nez. Okay. So check this out. Here's what's really cool is if you go into stories, okay. If you go into my stories, whoops, what am I doing? Okay. So if you go into stories, check this out. This is what I love about this. So if you go into my story, there's a little link. Okay, so this is a So this is a preview. Okay, this is a preview for my Instagram. It's a 4-minute. You can see a 4-minute and 40-second, 4-minute. And if you click on that, it keeps dying on me. Sorry. If you click on that, watch this. If you click on it, it takes you, look, there's a little thing, a little bubble that comes up. It says watch IGTV video. You click on that and it takes you to the IGTV video. How cool is that? So that's kind of interesting. So that's a new feature that I'd never seen that before. So that's fantastic. Yes. I don't know who that was. Don't tell my wife. No, I'm kidding. Let me see if I can go back here. Hold on a second. Yes. Okay, so are we back? Yes. Okay, we're back. Okay, now, so I can go back here. Okay, so yes, I've got God knows who I know on Instagram. I have no idea. So yeah, so that's kind of interesting, is it not? So this is brand new from Instagram, brand new. I mean, I don't know. Better late than never, Instagram. I'm not really sure why it took them so long to. I mean, they had so much hype at VidCon. How many people were at VidCon? I know Todd was. If you were at VidCon in Anaheim last summer, I mean, they had an entire floor practically, but it was this huge booth. IGTV, Instagram television. I did a live stream about it that very day. I vlogged. I got to be one of the first vloggers on IGTV. It's just unbelievable. Beth says IGTV got a lot of hate from video creators, but I think it was not necessarily meant as a way to become a video platform. I guess it was just sort of an extension of traditional. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. That's very, very interesting. Yeah. Benefit of the doubt, they are students or colleagues or friends. I can have friends, right? Men can have friends that are women, can't they? Okay, don't go there. We're headed down a very dark path right now. She's not a bad overlay. I can't believe you, Flash. Well, you know, I can leave it to my wonderful NEZNATION audience to just take everything and just go absolutely south. Thank you, guys. I love it. That's great. So IGTV, Instagram television, adding a whole new feature. Trying to boost more engagement. So in your feed, you're going to see some previews. You can add it to your stories. Could this be the boost that IGTV needs? Now, whether you like vertical video or not, it really doesn't matter. I think what matters is how people, your audience, your clients, your customers, you got to serve your audience. What does your audience want? Well, for the most part, I think people are consuming content, consuming information in certain formats. Vertical video is definitely one of those formats. Now, is it entirely right for you? I don't know. Again, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people don't like this. I think you should be everywhere. Doesn't mean that you don't have a focus, but if you've got the opportunity to get free airtime on CBS, NBC, CNN, Fox, and ABC, why would you only take two of them? Why would you not take advantage of all of them? You should take advantage of all of them. Doesn't mean that your focus isn't on ABC or maybe just Fox or whatever, MSNBC. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I think you should still have a presence everywhere because it's not going to be free forever. So if you can jump in this game early and get cooking early on these platforms, the only thing that's stopping you is your ability to work, your ability to believe in yourself, that you can be on all these platforms, that you have the audacity to say something, and just your ability to sacrifice the things that are not bringing value to you, like maybe watching too many episodes of Billions or, Game of Thrones, and maybe spending a little bit more time on your business, on expanding your horizons, expanding your reach for your platforms and for your voice, right? So this is interesting to me. I don't know. I definitely have a presence on Instagram. It's definitely not as strong as, other places. Obviously, I have my focus, LinkedIn, YouTube, and my podcast. But, it's definitely something interesting to think about because vertical video, as long as these devices are around, as long as these devices don't change, and as I said earlier at the top of the stream, if you look everywhere and you try to discover and you really pay attention, what's everybody doing around you? Well, they're all looking at their phone. They're all looking at their phone. So maybe that's a clue. Maybe you should heed how people and create content that acclimates and adapts to the predominant way of usage, the predominant format that people are consuming this stuff. So this is really, really important. Real Estate Whisperer Christina says, I have a live stream addiction that needs a 13-step program. You and me both. You could say that again. Absolutely. Okay. Any other thoughts on IGTV? Let me know in the comments below. I think that if you cannot deny the power of Instagram, you cannot deny that Instagram is a platform that has a huge broad base, over a billion. I think it's over 1 billion monthly actives, or a million. I can't even remember what it was. But all you got to do is go down to the App Store and look at the top apps. Instagram's in the top 3 pretty much every single week. So there's no doubt. I think most of us understand that Instagram is a place to be building your brand and to getting your audience awareness. Now, I'm not the most tech person, but the name of this show, what happened to my overlay? Holy macadamia nut. I got too Instagrammed out. I got to go back to my overlay here. Now, this is social media and tech news, so I have to talk about this as well. And I'm sure most of you guys have been privy to this. There's been 1,000,006 YouTube videos about this, and that is the release of what some are calling the ultimate vlogging camera, which I actually have not tried yet, but I am pretty much sold on it, and I'm probably going to check it out. And that is the Sony a6400 mirrorless digital camera. How many people have heard about this camera? I'm going to screen share right now so you guys can see it. The big differentiator between the A6400 and the A6500 is, you can see in that picture right there, you see it, there is an actual monitor attached so you can see what you're filming. So this is really interesting. This is something that is like a breakthrough, and this is why they're calling it the ultimate vlogging camera. Now, I personally have not tried this out yet, so I can't give it the full seal of approval, but there are 1,000,006 YouTube videos all over the place. Todd says he's already got one on order. So Todd, are you going to be doing a review on this for your channel? I hope you do. We have great colleagues like Sean Cannell, a lot of other big YouTubers, small YouTubers, tech YouTubers. I'm sure Luis isn't here today. I'm sure Luis knows about this. And it's only $900, $898. So it's not, okay. Yeah. So it has a monitor too. Todd corrected me. Thank you, Todd. Has a monitor too, but can't see it while it's recording. Yeah. So this is the one that it flips behind. It actually flips behind you so you can actually see this while you're recording. Hence why they're calling it a vlogging camera. So yeah, so this is interesting. Anybody in here knows how crazy I am about creating story-like content for your channel, for your business, and for your brand. I personally love vlogging, and this just seems like it might just be the perfect camera. It just got released this year in 2019. I believe only a month ago it came out. And yes, this is something that everybody is calling the ultimate vlogging camera. And there's plenty of YouTube videos about this that review it and do a pretty thorough job of reviewing it. So if you're thinking about adding a little more video quality, a little more video resonance, and maybe even some vlogging to your personal branding, some vlogging to your content creation, you might want to think about this camera, the Sony a6400 mirrorless digital. It's being talked about pretty much every single, I see a new video pop up on my suggestions feed, and I see it because I'm constantly researching what are the latest trends in social media and tech. This A6400, it just keeps popping up everywhere. So it's interesting. And the price point is really, really fair and reasonable. And the quality that I've seen in some of these reviews, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it shoots in 4K. It's got the monitor that you can see while you're recording, as Todd mentioned. And it's made by Sony, which is a pretty big brand, a pretty well-known, well-trusted brand. And there's a whole bunch of other too with autofocus. I think it's one of the fastest autofocus capacities on any camera, I think. Like it autofocuses in less than 0.5 seconds or something like that. So this is something crazy. Beth says, perfect example of why I don't have any content. I'm on my way to my mom's house to pick my brother up who's threatening his life. Oh my gosh. So sorry to hear that, Beth. I hope everything works out for you. Sending you my best. Holy macadamia nut. So sorry about that. So sorry to hear about that. I hope everything works out. Let me know. Keep me posted. That's another thing. Yeah, it can get in your way. I mean, family stuff, family balance, all those things matter. I mean, especially, I tell my students this all the time. I mean, if you have the luxury of being 24, 25, and you don't have kids, a wife, a mortgage, a husband, whatever, familial problems, you're healthy, there's no excuse for you not to be creating content and sharing your story with the world and building your reputation online. It just goes to show. This is a perfect example. Beth, I hope everything works out. I'm really sorry to hear that. What's your excuse? Do you really have a viable excuse? People say this all the time to me too. I have clients. I don't have the time, Nez. I don't have the time, Nez. I assure you, you do have the time. You're just not allocating and managing your time as aptly as you possibly could. I don't force anything on anybody. I'm not here to say you should do. I never do one of these. I don't even do this in my classroom. I'm not saying you need to do this or no. I'm just presenting things in the best way that I feel I know how I can present them. Take it or leave it. But I have to come with my truth. And when I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I don't have time," or "I don't have this," "I don't have this," well, take a hard look at your life, as Aristotle said 2,000 years ago. Self-awareness is your ultimate currency. Take a hard look at your life. What's going on there? What's really happening there? What are you really doing with your time? Are you really using your time wisely? Do you really not have time? I think if you do a self-evaluation, you investigate that, you might come up with some interesting conclusions, to say the least. So that pretty much does it for episode 1 of social media and tech news. I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this. Before you leave, if you like this show or you thought this show was valuable, please let me know in the comments. Hit that smash button. Make sure you share this out and let me know in the comments what you thought about, are you interested in putting vlogging into your content creation plan or calendar or strategy? Do you use IGTV at all? Do you think that these new features that Instagram just released are viable? Do you think that they make sense? Do they not make sense? Amazon Live, do you have physical products or digital products or any kind of product at all that possibly you could leverage Amazon Live for your business, your brand, or your company? And then LinkedIn Live. I would love to hear from you what your thoughts are on LinkedIn Live and if you plan on implementing that at all for your business, your brand, or your communication to your audience. I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment down below and let me know, and I come back and respond to all the comments, okay? And by the way, if you want more from me, I have a bunch of links in the description down below. I've got my flagship course over at beyondtheboxacademy.com. You can see it right there, Personal Branding 101. We've got a brand new discount that you can apply to all the courses. If you want to work with me, if you need any coaching or consulting, all the connections, everything you need to find out more about me and what I bring to the table is right down below in the description. You'll see a bunch of links. Just click on Show More or go down into that description on your mobile app and you will see how you can get a hold of me. You can also email me at nez@professornez.com. That's nez@professornez.com if you have any questions or anything like that. You want to talk to me personally. And yeah, I'm absolutely available that way. So please, by all means, I got to go into the chat because I got to thank everybody for being here. Roz, thank you so much. All your shows have value. This one is no different. It's great interaction. Thank you so much, Roz. That means the absolute world to me. I really appreciate it. Hey, Flash, on a serious tip, dude, for you doing some vlogging, I think would really, really, really have power. I mean, absolutely have power for you, Flash, for sure. Thank you so much, Flash. I'll see you on your next live stream. Hey, Connor, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Thank you so much to Midnight Madness. I really appreciate that. Midnight Madness is in the house. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Beth. I hope, Beth, everything's okay. Super Dave. Thank you, Todd.live, for being here. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Real Estate Whisperer. A pleasure having you here, Christina. And thank you to Neil. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of people. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Flash, Patty, RPM Nexus. Fantastic having you on the show. A real treat. I really, really, truly do mean that. And I appreciate you guys have so many better things to do with your time. And the fact that you give me your time, I really don't take that lightly. So thank you so much. And whoever's watching live in the chat right now, whoever's watching right now in the chat live, if you're not going to be at Vid Summit and you don't live in, overseas, send me a DM, send me your address. I will send you a Nez Nation shirt, which you can see right there, sort of. I've got too many overlays in the way. But I will send you a Nez Nation shirt, and it would be my pleasure. And these are high-quality shirts, y'all. High quality, okay? So absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to get a hold of me, you want to get any interact with me, communicate with me, or get more than what we talk about here on this show, always the links are down below. Make sure you click subscribe so you can join us next time, especially if you're listening on the podcast. Go to youtube.com/Professor Nez and definitely make sure you click subscribe so that you always get notified when we go live or when a new video helping you discover your purpose, communicate that purpose to an audience so you can impact them, whether they're customers, whether they're friends, neighbors, community, clients, audience members, doesn't matter. Nobody knows who you are until you communicate your value to the world. And that's what we do here at Nez Nation Live. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Connor, you can contact me. We're talking about Nez Nation shirts and hoodies. You kind of came in a little bit late here, but you definitely send me a direct message and I'll tell you all about it. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys rock my world every single Sunday. Stay tuned. Stay here, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you guys. Thank you.